It all started out as innocent health advice, telling people how to stay healthy by not touching themselves intimately. But think about the last time you tried to fight your urges. Don't lie, you lost, I know. Over time, the suggestions became more and more extreme until it turned into a whole moral crusade against desire. Desire became a threat to national security. If you haven't seen the previous video, Yōjō meant nurturing life. It was a set of ideas and techniques popular in the Edo period that helped people take care of their health. One of the main ideas was that men shouldn't polish their katanas too often, either alone or with their wives or with that nice lady down the street who keeps offering discounts, because during climax, a man's life essence leaks from his body, hurting his health and shortening his life. In one popular book, the main character is about to set sail to a teenage boy's paradise called the Island of Women, where the ocean was clear and the laundry water milky. He says bravely to his crew, "We may exhaust ourselves through sexual excess and be buried there, but what of it?" Meaning he expects to die by sexual activity, every drop of life essence drained. And the average reader understood this. I'm just saying everyone at the time knew the dangers of male leakage. Yōjō experts at first tried to help by warning men to keep their hands where the gods could see them. Just men, of course. Women only derive pleasure from inserting food into rice bowls for their husbands, I believe. Shockingly, the warnings didn't work. The hardest things to convince someone to do are things that are good for them. So Yōjō experts changed tactics. They made the threat more real. They said having desires made you sick. Catch feelings, catch a fever. Get aroused, get a cough. Thinking of cheating? Smallpox, probably. Before, you could fantasize about Sakura from the brothel all you wanted. You just had to stay away from her. But now, even fantasies were bad. "Nikimoto-san, it's because you keep lusting after that courtesan." "But I can't stop, doctor. All I think about is her." "I see. Try thinking instead about your caring wife who's waiting for you at home. That normally kills the urge." And so, in the 1700s, the moral crusade began. The enemy? Libido. A best-selling Yōjō book said, "In general, all illnesses occur because the body's desires are given free rein." Yōjō manuals spilled into the streets, warning of humanity's two great desires, one for food and one for sex. In a healthy body, the energies should flow smoothly, but strong emotions shake up that flow, making things spiral out of control, and may even cause the vital energies to leak out. Super dangerous. Controlling your cravings mentally, said the experts, was the best way to live a long life. True master craving controllers could even resist powerful forces like wind, heat, cold, and even the dreaded soft whispers from a courtesan. So, did it work? Well, people actually thought it made a lot of sense to resist these urges, nodded, and then ran off to fantasize about Sakura's ankles. Public health isn't easy. In the Edo period, philosophers and government officials thought they were already seeing the decay of society. This moral panic didn't come from nowhere. The streets of Edo were just throbbing with perversion. Pleasure houses, indecent kabuki theaters, crazy screaming fans, and art that would make the average Linfamy viewer blush and then look up online. The Edo government freaked out. Nothing terrifies those in power more than people having fun. The government was obsessed with keeping social order and saw that order crumbling. It really did seem to many like desires were out of control, threatening the state. For example, the regent to the shogun, Matsudaira Sadanobu, was a strong Yōjō enthusiast. This guy kept count of every time he fired his private cannon, with or without his wife, to make sure he didn't do it too much. He had many admirers, especially his wife was not among them, probably. He also fought against moral decay by censoring erotic art and even banning being too flamboyant. He once went to a pride parade in San Francisco and spontaneously exploded, essence all over the place. It was wild. With strong supporters, the Yōjō movement changed tactics again, and this time was a much greater change. They brought in the big guns, morality. They said, okay, not only can't you have desires, if you do, you're immoral, a bad person. Shame, the most renewable resource in Asian history. Yōjō blended physical health with moral and social health. It got a bit philosophical, but the idea was the well-being of your body not only affects you, it affects your friends, your family, and the community. If you don't take care of it, you hurt everyone, and that's a morally despicable thing to do. The instructions in Yōjō manuals expanded outside the physical body. They urged people to do good deeds to keep harmony in a marriage. That was good external hygiene, and it was good not only for your physical body, but for your social body too, with benefits like prosperity, order in the household, and social standing. A healthy person had to be moral, and a moral person had to be socially responsible. Visiting prostitutes was unhealthy and immoral because it caused disharmony in the household. Staying home all day releasing the kraken was unhealthy and immoral because it made you die younger, causing grief to those around you. By the 1800s, Yōjō stopped being just about your organs. It became a philosophy for your entire life, promising you health, wealth, and social status in return for a bit of sexual frustration and loss of freedom over your own body. A person's body was no longer his or her own. Nowadays, we take it for granted that our health is private. Back then, not entirely. Your parents gave you that body, and maintaining it is your duty to the family and to society, they thought. In the late Edo-Period, many people were even against premarital sex. They thought young adults, especially, were ruining the country. The degenerate urges of young men made them assault young girls, have affairs with married women, bankrupt themselves on prostitutes, and catch enough STDs to be a bioweapon. Apparently, young women were sneaking out like ninjas, sleeping with actors, male prostitutes, and probably anyone with nice handwriting, getting super pregnant and making it hard for everyone. They might not be able to find a father to help care for the child, their families might be burdened with raising the child, or they might have to resort to prostitution themselves. To prevent the society-ending scourge of premarital sex, parents found a great solution: marrying their children off early. Within a marriage, sex was healthy because it ensured the well-being of the household. Losing some essence was a good sacrifice when creating children to continue the family line. But sex for pleasure was frowned upon and unhealthy, throwing away your precious life essence. Okay, so did all of this shaming work? Did people stop having desires? Here's a short fictional story that might give you some indication. A young man, obsessed with his health, regularly took Chinese foxglove root. This root was meant for old men to replenish their essence and treat issues of the bedroom. It was like Edo Viagra. His friend saw this and panicked, saying, "Stop it! Young people can't take that stuff. You'll hurt yourself." With a sly smile, the young man said, "Oh no, I have good reasons to do so. While my father lives, I cannot amuse myself as I would like to. So for now, I look after my health. But when my father passes away, I fully intend to have fun in a very unhealthy manner." Meaning he was saving up a huge supply of essence so that after his dad died, he could spend that essence partaking in all kinds of debauchery. All the moral condemnation didn't seem to amount to much, judging by the popularity of prostitution and the demand for erotic art. Now, most of the Yojo talk so far has been about men, but what did they say about women? What did women have to do regarding their bodies? Click here to see that. We have a new shogun on Patreon today, Han? I'm sorry. You were awesome though. Thanks so much. We have some new members today, Kerara Sanchez Michael, Steenie Mo, Neil Patel, Jared Miran, and Hide Me. Thank you so much. You're the best. All right, I love you, and spread the knowledge.